Michael Clark and John Didham continued their top form by riding doubles at Moonee Valley today, while Flemington trainer Steve Richards also produced two winners. Three favourites won. Race 4 was the Woodlands Handicap. Dimer started evens favourite, but watch for Dandy Andy. He was in last place at the 400-metre mark.
On the home turn, 200 metres to run. Dimas took over from Prince Polaris and the favourite kicked away. Dimas raced away on the turn. He's 2.5 lengths clear. Paint the Wildwood is out and running on fairly, followed by Raw Edge, Dandy Andy, and right down the outside, Lord Tiamo, but the favourite's home Dimas. Michael Clark rides him right out. Dandy Andy's made up a heap of ground, but Dimas wins at a length. Big run Dandy Andy, he was last before the corner, run second, third Paint the Wildwood.
Dimas was the first leg of Michael Clark's double, and the 4-year-old will start in the Standish Handicap at Flemington on January the 2nd. Dandy Andy's run was top class, he's ready to win. Race 5 was the Grandstand Handicap, and the two brothers Clark fought out the finish, Michael on Amboise and Gary on Dowie.
Around the turn, Amboise took over from Dowie. They bumped to the top of the straight. Amboise about a neck in front of Dowie, fighting back. Amboise and Michael Clark. Gary Clark on Dowie. Dowie's coming again at Amboise. Amboise just in front, and Amboise has won it. Amboise in a sluggish finish, 1.5 head to Dowie.
Amboise a 13-4 successful, narrowly though, over Dowie at 9-2, and the 3-1 favourite Fallacious never got into the race. Apprentice John Didham piloted Bistro Boat to victory in the 6th, and he was aboard the short price favourite Count Seal in race 7.
Coming to the home turn though, Didham said go. Count Seal responds, it kicks 1.5 to Clear Sun Bailiwick. Our Reckless Boy is running on from Game Trees. Count Seal halfway up the straight, 1.5 clear. He's kicked away from Clear Sun and Bailiwick. Didham goes for home, and the favourite's home Clear Sun. Battling back and second placing from Game Trees, but Count Seal wins it by 1.5. Clear Sun second, Game Trees third, then Bailiwick out.
Count Seal has now won his last 3 starts in a row. Clear Sun missed the start 3 lengths and was a game performance to finish second. The $100,000 Villiers Stakes was the big race in Sydney today. Malcolm Johnston rode a treble, and Canberra Gallop at Tumbalong was the middle pin.
And Prince Trialia down the extreme outside. Warned is making ground along the fence, but giving them a fair start. Mystical Prince, the leader, 100 out from Great Venture. Is Tumbalong coming at Mystical Prince. Mystical Prince just in front. Tumbalong on the outside, grabs him in the last 2 strides, and Tumbalong got up to win the Villiers from Mystical Prince. Tierra Wrist might...
It was Tumbalong's first try at a mile today, and he recorded his 13th win from only 20 starts. Warren come from near last on the turn to just miss a place. The multiple forms of betting at Moonee Valley: Quadrella 140.25, 3944. The Quad Extra 425.95, a 944 and 7. The Daily Double 9 and 4, 455, quite popular, and the Extra Double 9 and 3 paid $37.60. Alistair and Jen, Merry Christmas. That's all in racing.
Thanks, Danny. I imagine you would have been very warm at the races today because we had a sizzling hot and sunny day in Melbourne. We reached a maximum of 36.8 degrees at 4:30 this afternoon after a low of 17.3. The surface chart shows a high extending over Bass Strait in Victoria, so tomorrow a north to northeasterly airstream will persist over the state, although the cold front south of the Bight is expected to affect western areas by the afternoon. Victoria's forecast a sultry day with thundery rain about the northwest and heavy falls on the ranges. On the bays, a north to northeasterly wind up to 15 knots, tending southerly later in the day with waves up to 1 metre. And for Melbourne on Christmas Day, hot and sultry with thundery rain developing before a late cool change. After an overnight low of 20, we're heading for a top of 30 degrees.
And before we finish on this Christmas Eve, spare a thought for Santa's helpers at the North Pole, or close enough to it. Every year, the post office at the Icelandic capital of Reykjavik gets thousands of letters for Santa from children around the world. Not all of Santa's mail has stamps, but somehow it manages to reach him anyway. The letters are eventually answered with the help from the local Junior Chamber of Commerce, and even Santa himself pops in to give post office staff a little help.
And that's our news for Christmas Eve 1988.
We'll be back tomorrow night for our Christmas Day edition of 10 News.
Until then, on behalf of the team here at 10 News, we'd like to wish you a very happy and safe Christmas tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.
Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been good or bad.
So be good, for goodness sake.
For goodness, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout, 'cause I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town.